Hello and good evening. Well, looking all so important. You got the phone, you got the desk lamp, you got the pen, you got the notepad. What's missing is the brain. You got the sanitizer, you got the mask, you got the smartphone. We call the smartphone a smartphone because you have realized yourself that you are not as smart as your phone. So we named it a smartphone because it is capable of doing more than you can. What's so interesting is that humanity is going on about upgrading their smartphone instead of upgrading themselves. Wow. How do you feel to be sat at your desk and looking around, being useless in life? How is it to see people on the streets struggling to make a living whilst you are going on about doing all kinds of philosophies, policies, politics, theories, stories, exaggerated stories, encapsulated stories, all of these things. To me, all of your grand ideas, all of your grand stories, grand plans is simply making the world, the existence, the air that we breathe, the very way of life, the very earth that we walk upon, all of this has been reduced to unlivable, unbearable state of conditions that it's absolutely painful to see, absolutely distraughting to look at how humanity is struggling. Remember, whatever your ambitions and aims and grand plans and grand ideas, there's one and only reason. Every creature, every life that exists on this planet and this existence has to fulfill one basic and most fundamental substance of life, and that is to feed an empty stomach. Feeding an empty stomach is not a big deal today in terms of our advantages on technology, science, and our know-how and our knowledge. There are lands across the planet where the farming community has invested the entire generations of living on the land, supported by the land. For generations, they have nourished the empty stomachs, nourished the lives, enriched the life. Today, we have come to a place that very earth that is producing us food is littered and is dumped with our produce of waste that human beings do not know where and what to do with. It's sad that what I speak, what I have seen for 50 years, of that 52 years of my life here, of 45 years of my life has been dedicated to the very earth, very form of life on this earth, and learning and seeing it from my own eyes, the amount of untold suffering and untold struggles and untold pain and suffering of countless numbers of people, human beings who are just like you and me, no difference. We have forgotten the basic necessities of life. We go on about exploring planets and other endures before we fulfill our duty to take care of this very earth that we live upon and the lives that is supporting and that is supported by the very living organism that exists on this planet. Everything seems to be multiplied into situations when we are faced with one. We seems to not appreciate the fact that we are challenged by the situations and rise from the challenges that we face to find a lasting, if not evolving, solutions to those problems that we face. And seeing the solution that we find today may not be relevant tomorrow. Why are we continuing to practice, continuing to do the same old mistake? Same old problems. Why are we creating the same situations over and over and over again? Even when we have a solution, even when we have come together to find a solution that can help and raise the awareness and enhance the lives of all human beings on the planet. Because a solution that applies to human beings, and if it works for human species, it is naturally will work for all human beings. May it be health, may it be well-being, may it be protection, may it be shelter, may it be the air they breathe, may it be the water that they drink to support and sustain life. The very earth that we live upon that supports and sustains our lives. Don't we understand to give the importance and necessary attention to these fundamental basics of life making and life supporting necessities to making it worthwhile whatever you do, to protect and care for? How is it that we simply cannot understand to get out of situations that we create as human beings? No other creature on this planet as tangled and as imprisoned and as divided and broken as human species on this planet. No other creature. Look around. No other creature is crippled in the way that human beings have continued to live upon on this earth. The world is not a cruel place. A world is not a hell. World is not an ugly place. It is every intention of ideas and thought that you have projected in seeing the world through your eyes, through your sense perceptions, has made you see no other way than to see the world in the way that isn't suitable. It is the education, is that the way you have learned to exist on this planet? Or is it the way that you've always learned from the past to continue to repeat the same mistakes over and over again, so that we become a problem as an individual? We become a challenge as an individual. We become a situation as an individual to create multiple situations so that we do not find ourselves out of it. May I invite, I'm not interested in sitting at tables. I'm not interested in doing politics. I'm not interested in religious ideals. All I'm interested in to see that we collectively come together to see the suffering and the pain and struggle of every life on this earth, and see it through our own genuine and honest feelings within us individually, to make the necessary change that we need to make, going inwards with a conscious, responsible, and a thoughtful willingness to make a change so that it lasts. Or at least you plant the seed today, or at least you plant the sapling today, so that tomorrow the generations after you may not be able to sit under that tree in a scorching heat of the summer tropics, or you may not be here to enjoy the fruits and the flowers of that sapling or the seed that you plant today. Yet your children, their children, next generations behind us may see and bow down to our steps we've taken to make the world a place where they could also enjoy the same pleasantness of experience of this planet, the beauty and the phenomena of life on this planet, so that we all can thrive and flourish and blossom. I wish you all a healthy, strong, and most importantly, a long life. In whatever you do, please step inwards with a willingness and intention to make a small difference in what you do. And that, in turn, has a profound impact, has a profoundness, as a life-making foundation and a basis, so that life can thrive here on this planet, as it's always been before you and after us. But why don't we do our part in enjoying the experience of this limited time we have, and at the same time making our contribution to the Mother Earth, the Creator, work towards doing our part in what the creation has given us the opportunity to experience. I thank you, and may your life and everyone you're connected to be healthy and strong and a blossoming